This is a bold statement, but what if I told you Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis are a modern-day Magic and Kareem? I know that's going to trigger people because I'm comparing two young, unproven talents to two NBA legends, which is understandable. But let me get my point across first. The main reason I wanted to compare these two is because their similarities in size. Kristaps and Kareem are near identical in height, with both players being right around 7'3". But my favorite thing when you talk about these two, they're the only players you can compare when you talk about being 7'3" or even 7'2", about their rare amount of mobility for their size. Now, of course, their styles are completely different, but that's why I said modern. Kareem was the master of the paint. I know that was modern day back in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, all the way up into the early to mid 2000s. So, yes, Kristaps is not the master of the paint by any means, but in the modern NBA, he can master the mid-range in three. We've already seen him. He's excellent from three. He shoots 40% from three. The mid-range, he can just shoot over people. He can even get in the post and inside and just slam on people at times. I understand why you would be mad if I'm comparing, Kareem and Kristaps, because there's one player who's had an accomplished career and one player who's still questionable if he'll ever be able to return to his same form. He's never even been an MVP. But hear me out. Luka Doncic and Magic are more comparable in terms of style, in my opinion. Luka is 6'7", Magic at 6'9". They both share the elite ability of the pick and roll. When we heard Luka come in the draft, that was the thing. If you looked at the synergy points, that's who he was. His pick and roll game was elite, very elite. So Magic was one of the greatest pick and roll men of all time. I know it's big shoes for Luka to fill, but I think he has the potential to be one of the best passers of all time too. Just, how he just makes these sling passes to the, the corner is just insane. If you just look at his passing, I think a lot of people would agree with me. He's going to be an elite company by the end of his career if he keeps growing. His passing is insane. Yes, he tries to make the flashy pass a little too much, but if he just becomes a little more simplistic and he keeps picking up on things, which I think he will, I think that's perfect for Luka. The beautiful thing about this duo is that Luka and Kristaps are able to use each other. What I mean by saying a lot of duos are ball handling guards that have most of the time, such as like Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, James Harden, and Chris Paul. Luka and Kristaps are able to use each other in pick and rolls and pick and pops. If the Mavericks could put some consistent three-point shooters around Luka and Kristaps, the league will be put on notice. I promise this. I'm not being biased because I'm a Mavericks fan. The number of mismatches and double teams Luka and Kristaps would force is going to be insane. In my opinion, the Dallas Mavericks will have a duo that will go down as one of the greatest in history. Now, I know this all depends on health. Health. Even Luka's a guy, he's always grabbing something every single game, but that's just who Luka is. He hasn't had a major injury yet, and hopefully he never does. But Kristaps, of course, I'm just saying, if everything goes right, if Kristaps develops into really his highest potential, we're talking about possibly a top 20 greatest player of all time. I mean, he's been in the league for 2.5 seasons. 2.5 seasons. And he's putting up numbers and people are forgetting how good he is. And Luka Doncic has had the greatest rookie year since LeBron James and had a better rookie year than LeBron James. I'm not saying he's going to be LeBron James, but he had a better rookie year than LeBron James. I mean, it's just a fact. His field goal percentage was higher. He scored more points per game. I mean, his assists and rebounds were similar. The turnover rate was similar. And, it just all depends going into this next season and future years is how you build around him. This summer is going to be huge. Yes, the draft and everything, but free agency is going to have to be a hit for Dallas. Something Dallas has never been strong at. But I would love to have Kemba. I'm all for the Kemba thing. Trust me, I'd be happy, or Chris Middleton. But I've already made a video on this, but my main focus is, if I'm the Dallas Mavericks, you need to spread the money out because Dallas has a lot of needs. They need rebounding. Kristaps is not a good rebounder. He's just not. Maybe he'll turn into a much better rebounder with his improvement in his strength, in his shape, and everything. Luka's a solid rebounder for his size, but you don't want that guy going up and banging with centers all the time. You need a legit rebounder to help Dallas. They don't have DeAndre Jordan anymore. They had Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber last year, and they were just getting bullied down there. Understandably, we traded the whole team away. But I'm just saying, these two guys can change the NBA. It just depends on how Mark Cuban and Donnie Nelson put these guys around them. Make sure you get shooters. You have to get reliable shooters. And this is the perfect class to do that. I just think they should spread their money out. They still need somebody to fill the guard position because Brunson definitely needs to be coming off the bench running that unit. But yeah, guys, tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Kristaps and Luka can be the most dominant duo in the NBA? I really do. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Mavs fan. I really think they have the potential to take this league by storm based off the fact that they can use each other. That's my favorite thing about this, out of all this data I collected, is that they can use each other. That's my favorite part. They're not two guards that rely on each other to isolate at times, you know? I just love that the fact that they can use the pick and roll and pick and pop. And Kristaps was one of the best pick and pop big men in the game. But yeah, guys, leave a like and subscribe. Please comment. I want to hear what y'all think. And just tell me who y'all think the best duo of the future going to the NBA is. Because I don't think there's, especially for two players that are under 25 years old, there's not a team better set up for the future. But yeah, guys, leave a like and subscribe. I'm out.